Florence Villemino. Hi there, Flo.
Hi, Catherine.
Start us off with one of France's most respected papers, Le Monde.
That's right. Well, Le Monde has very, very harsh words for the Labour Minister, Michel Sapin. They call him not the Labour Minister, but the Minister of Broken Promises. So you have this nearly 9,000 extra job seekers in January. That's not exactly the inversion of the unemployment curve that the government has been promising for such a long time. And yet, Le Monde says that the minister refuses to talk about failure. Le Monde says that ever since he became minister in May 2012, Sapin hasn't managed to lower unemployment, but what he has managed to do is be very creative when talking about the statistics. He's pretty much made it into an art form. No matter what the statistics say, he always says that things are getting better. For instance, today, he tells Le Monde the battle hasn't yet been won, but it will be. Sapin pretty much congratulates the government because, sure, job seekers did increase, but they didn't increase by that much, according to Sapin. We're currently winning the fight against the skyrocketing unemployment figures, and next we'll actually try to inverse the unemployment curve. That's what he says today. And so Le Monde really mocks this rhetoric and pokes fun at the government for actually having the nerve to pat themselves on the back this month.
Well, that positive spin must sound quite unfortunate to people who are seeking jobs, those people who have started signing on as unemployed in the last month. And you've got a report in La Croix about people who are in that situation.
That's right. La Croix wonders just how hard is it actually to find a job, and how do people who end up finding jobs find them. And starting in June, it started following 4 job seekers who have since found work. And according to La Croix, most job seekers don't actually depend on the state agency called Pôle emploi. Pôle emploi registers unemployed people. It provides them with financial aid, and it's also supposed to help them find work. But La Croix says most workers don't actually depend on it. They depend on their own network and spontaneously sending out their CVs. Now, La Croix also goes to the country in Europe which has the lowest unemployment, which is Austria, to see how things work there. What's Austria's recipe for success? Well, La Croix says it's no miracle solution, but it is a job market that's a lot more flexible. There's a lot more investment in training programs and dynamic businesses.
Okay, really interesting investigation there. Could lead into future reforms perhaps here in France. Performing arts workers are being particularly closely scrutinised in the French papers. Do tell us why.
That's right. Now, this is a very French story because performing arts workers are known as intermittents du spectacle in France, and since 1936 they've benefited from a very special unemployment insurance system. Basically, if they work a certain number of hours within a year, then they can benefit from unemployment benefits during the time that they're not working. But you can see here that there's a little bit of a disagreement about whether or not this is a good system. Basically, the main business owners organization, the MIDEF, wants to scrap the system because it says it's too expensive, it costs the state too much, and it actually doesn't encourage artists to work. But you can see here Libération, the left-leaning paper, really coming to the defense of these intermittents, saying that this move by business leaders, well, it's just a bad act, it's a bad sketch. So
like a bad joke.
It's a bad joke, exactly. Now, Libération and a lot of the cultural world are really up in arms. They're calling for solidarity with the artistic community, saying that, you know what, they're really an easy target. And actually, this system doesn't actually drain the economy as much as business leaders are saying it does. And actually, it protects artists and encourages artistic creation because artists can, well, focus more on their work rather than getting, you know, if they have enough hours or not, etc. Now, L'Humanité, the communist paper, is also very protective of this system. It says, don't touch our performing artists. That's on the front page of L'Humanité today. L'Humanité says that culture itself is at stake if this system is scrapped.
Because we're not just talking about actors and makeup artists and people in the theatre, it's also the whole sort of film industry.
That's right.
Which is enormous in France,
etc. Something that brings a lot to the French economy. So this is a very hot button issue that is also very emotional here in France, and we'll probably be hearing a lot more about it.
Thank you very much. Florence Villemino with a look through the French newspapers.